Hello everybody, I'm Storm here, and welcome back to Factorio. In the last episode, we finished up setting up our hydrochloric acid production facility here. At least to this extent. We can probably always extend it a little bit more, though if we were going to need more hydrochloric acid, we may have to build an entire second facility, because we're kind of limited for space here. The big issue we were having kind of at the end of the episode was that our purified water was kind of clogging up the whole system here, and I was trying to get the clarifiers to take care of the problem, but it wasn't enough. So I went ahead and replumbed the entire thing and have set up the clarifiers down here, as you can see, and I have a lot more of them. And they're running at full speed, and hopefully that is going to keep everything running. Everything looks like it's running fine. So each of these tanks is dumping out to the clarifiers, and also they're all interconnected to each other. Interconnected along the north side, dumping out to the clarifiers along the south side. Yeah, this is actually... So the interconnection of the tanks is independent of the clarifiers. The clarifiers then connected coming out here, and then the outflow with the pump on it is the completely independent connection. So this should hopefully all flow well. It's just a matter of, do we have enough clarifiers to keep the system moving constantly, which I think we do. And we're all full up on hydrochloric acid now, so... not only in that tank, but in these tanks as well. So we should be good. And I went ahead and I added some void chests to these warehouses. And they're set up so that the ultimate stack inserters will read the contents of each chest. And then if there's more than 150,000 in there, it starts dumping it out to keep the, again, keep the sodium hydroxide from being the thing that clogs up the system. So it means we may lose a bunch of sodium hydroxide, but, we'll have tons in storage. And if we do need it, then it won't cause a problem. And we can make this stuff infinitely anyway, so there's really no worry about that. Okay, so what we need to do next, we could already see that, yeah, we're not using all the clarifiers anymore. So the system's slowing down, and we should be good. So we have sulfuric acid, we have hydrochloric acid. I think the only other acid that we're going to need, because... Hold on, if I turn that off. I need to find my ore patches, right? So you guys, Gotinium needs hydrochloric, right? Stereotyte, Sapphirite need sulfuric acid. Rubite needs nitric acid, which we're making. Bobmonium needs nitric acid as well. It's Givolite that needs something different. Givolite needs hydrofluoric acid. So we're going to need to make hydrofluoric acid. So we need to figure out how to do that. So let's go ahead and start setting up a little bit of a recipe here. So, hydrofluoric acid, I think, is going to be this guy here. Synthesis, hydrofluoric acid, yes. We're going to be using our chemical plant 3s because that's the best things we have. And we're going to need sulfuric acid, really, and fluorite ore. Okay, that's actually not terrible. We're making significant amounts of sulfuric acid, so Thing is, how are we going to get fluorite ore? We have fluoric wastewater, which we don't have any of that. Okay. We also have this, but this requires steatite chunks and rubite chunks and crystal catalysts. So this is going to require like a whole infrastructure just to get that to run. The other option is going to be this. Crystallizing to uranium and fluorite. So let's say I did 10 chemical plants. I would need 1,223 crystallizers to make enough fluorite to feed 10 chemical plants. Okay. Okay. What if we did this? We would need 9 ore sorting facilities. That's more doable. And we would need to be pulling steatite and rubite for chunks. Okay, so what do we actually need the Givlite for? We need it for iron ore. We need it for aluminum. Okay. Givlite crystals for silver ore. Purified Givlite for tungsten. Okay. Well, I don't think we're actually going to need that much. Let's try this. We just need something. We may not be able to go full on, massive output, but we may be able to at least get something done. If we did crystallization. 123 crystallizers to feed a single Mark III chemical plant. Mineral sludge. See, then we would need mineral sludge. Enough to feed 123 crystallizers. Thermal water coal filtering. Thermal water ceramic filtering. We could use thermal water. Need 44 of those. Let's see. Mineral sludge. Sulfuric acid. We would need the mineral sludge. The slag slurry requires the sulfuric acid to dissolve this stuff. We would need tons and tons and tons of sulfuric acid. I mean, just ridiculous amounts. Though we would produce the wastewater. What if we were to use crystal slurry to sludge? We need 30 of those. We'd need crystal slurry, which we could get from crystal dust and sulfuric acid. Again, still sulfuric acid. Yeah, we'd crush it. We'd get with the geodes we could get from washing for geodes. Really. 1,000 of them. Okay. What it looks like is that we're probably going to have to do this process, because this is the only process that actually makes any sense. Which means we're going to have to start setting up our ore or our refined or raw minerals depot next. For everything, well, for everything, but we're only going to be able to put, well, we're not going to be able to put Givelite in it. Well, we could put some Givelite in there, but we couldn't access the infinite packs. So we can only access what Givelite we can from the finite areas of each deposit. Okay, which, you know, that could work. So, where are we going to put the depot for ores? Because that's also going to be, we want to put it somewhere where it's going to be connected to where we're going to be having a lot of our ore refining to produce the refined ores. So we're going to need a lot of room. A whole lot of room. Have a lot of room to the south. A lot of room without any mineral deposits. Here's what I'm thinking. Let's see, there's rubite. There's a lot of this water around here, which is going to get in the way. We can always landfill it. We have natural gas there, but it's a small deposit. I think kind of this whole area would be good for this. We have a thermal water deposit, which we may want to leave accessible. Though we have another one over here. I mean, and we have one down here. We can clear that out. We got lots of thermal water. So if I kind of build over that, I don't think it'll be that big of a deal. The question becomes, can I build on top of it? Yeah, I can, actually. So we may have to sacrifice that thermal water deposit. No big deal. Alright, but for the time being, let's go ahead and start getting these trees cleared. And yeah, I don't necessarily want the raw wood. But let's see, how do we want to lay this out? Because we're going to need to deliver this stuff. So it's going to need a parking area for multiple trains to come in. And so I think we'll actually go ahead and put a T-junction over here. These guys are just grabbing wood. That's fine. Alright, now it's just a matter of figuring out which book it is that has the blueprints in it that I need. Okay, so I want the T junction. There we are. And we want to link it in here. Let's see, there's that signal right there at the top. There's actually fine. Let's move it. Let's put her there. That should work. This signal's pointless at this point. So is that one. Get rid of it. Clear all these trees manually. Thank you, titanium axe. Oops, I just picked something up. Was that part of something I needed? Yeah, it was. Okay, so trains coming in are going to be coming in here. So what we'll want... No, actually, this thing, we can delete it. This thing, I can delete that too. That thing, I can delete that. Those are kind of situational blueprints that I made. Let's see. Input needs to have the regular signals. Output needs to have the chains. Alright, so let's just kind of see, it's going to need to be there, so that, lay that down as a guideline. Right, so if we do that, then it fits. Yes. Okay, good. Because what I need to do is I need to get it so that... Okay, we need to back up a little bit so that this guy can fit. There we go. Ah. There we are. Okay. Now, do we want just 5 bays? Or do I want more than that? I don't know how many mines we're going to have. So I'm going to go ahead and make this a double set of parking bays. Okay. And then we're going to need... Oh, how many is it? It's 7, I think? Because we have sapphirite, we have steatite, we have rubite, bobmonium, crotinium, givelite. 6? 6, I think. Sapphirite, stereotype, Cortinium, Bombonium, Rubite, and Chivolite. Yes, 6. Because the 7th mineral is coal. Yes. Which we're not going to be doing in this facility. Yes. Okay. Alright, let's finish getting all this laid out. Actually, did I even put this thing out there? No. I'm going to keep that pinned for now. It's going to need crystal catalyst. Which I think we're going to have to do that as some sort of centralized processing area where the geodes are taken to be crushed and processed into catalyst. Alright, and so for the offloading areas, we're going to go with the long bays here. So we can put 2 trains in each bay. See, how wide do I want to make this? See, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Alright, it's starting to really drain me of power right now. Because it's dark, and I'm reliant on solar power primarily to power the roboports. Oh, my inventory's full. Ah, okay. Alright, is all this area in the construction zone? It is all in the construction zone, but we also want to get this in the logistics zone as well. Yeah, it looks like that the loading area is going to overrun all of this thermal water, which, you know, is a shame, but, you know, I think we're going to trample on resources of one type or another over the course of this. So I think a lot of this is all queued up by the actual... Unless I'm out. Am I out of rails? I think I'm out of rails. Okay. But the construction bots should actually take care of this once they're finished with all those trees, which it looks like they're just about done. So, we should start seeing construction bots starting to deliver stuff once they finish offloading all of their wood. Okay. Okay, I'm just also thinking about how I want to set up this depot. How I want to handle the storage. I think I have ideas on that. Yeah. Alright. Well, what I need to do is get some roboports set up here so that we can get this all covered. Alright, let's get some long-distance power poles. Need a bunch of those, so let's just manufacture them. There we go. Alright, and we're going to want to fill in this area over here. Alright, got that guy's power. Alright, that'll do for now. Now what we need to do is we need to figure out how we're going to connect this to that. Which should be fairly straightforward. It would be, you know, if I had any actual, you know, railroad tracks. I have it on request. But, I just have to wait for the delivery guys to get it to me. On the way, 80. Okay, so we have 80 units on the way, 90 units on the way. $155 units on the way. Well, that's not railroad, that's tin. There we go. $35. One thing we can actually start to do is just hook all these guys up. All right. Let's do one block like that, and then come in. I kind of want to keep it close together. I think, anyway. Alright, we need to come up one more from there. There we go. One issue is with the titanium axe, it removes things very, very quickly. Which can make cleaning up those tracks a bit tricky. There we go. Alright, so now we just need to put signals on that, which we're just going to use standard signaling. If I had any, it doesn't look like I do. Now those are things I can just make by hand. No problem. And we want to make sure that we leave enough room for the trains to stack up between signals. There we go. Alright, so if we're going to be doing fluorite ore, we're going to need to decide, well, I think first off we just need to decide where stuff is going first. So, I think what we'll do is you're going to be Mineral Depot, Saphirite, unload. Yep. And then you're going to be steatite, if I'm spelling that correctly. Stiratite. Got it. Sapphirite, steatite, rubite, bobmonium, I'll just walk out of logistics range. I think I just did. Crotinium. And then Givolite. Alright. And as far as this goes, what we're going to do is I have this balanced right, but we need the decider combinators and the arithmetic combinators. There we go. And then all of these guys are offloading. There we are. Saphirite ore. Yep, actually that works out. There we go. So yeah, then those two will balance between each other. And going to do... I'm going to take these outflows. Let's see, how many of these can I make? 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's make 4 of these. Alright, and what we're going to do is we're then going to drop the warehouse like that. Yeah. And then we're going to stack these warehouses like this. And then what we're going to do is we're going to have the inserters push everything in this direction. Right? And then what we're going to do is we're going to flow out from here into wherever it is that the actual ore is going to go. So I want to have a nice giant piles of storage. Of course, they aren't going to cover all the way. Well, let's do it like this. We'll sacrifice one of those inserters just to make sure that we can keep them all covered with power. There we go. I mean, 5 of those ultimate stack inserters should be plenty. All right. So that is the beginning. We're going to repeat this process. I may actually set all these up for the other 5 bays, and you know, in between episodes. And then from there, we'll start setting up the mines and start bringing in some ore into these depots. Of course, everything but Givelite. And then. Well, let me go ahead and cue that stuff in and get removed. I don't want my own bots doing it. Well, there you go. That got taken care of real quick. Alright. But for now, we'll go ahead and end this episode here. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. Thanks for watching. Go ahead and like, subscribe, and comment, and I will see you next time.